These were the 4 best NQ setups this week, and one mistake almost wiped out all my profit. So we're going to treat this like a backtesting session. Going into the market, it's now 9:10 a.m. Just 30 minutes beforehand, I usually mark out all my fair value gaps. So first of all, I'm looking at this 4-hour gap down below. We are currently trading inside of a 4-hour, but I'm not going to mark that out. Just bear it in mind, we are inside of this 4-hour gap, slightly rejecting it, slightly not. We don't really know what kind of 50-50, but there is a 4-hour down there. If we go down to the 1-hour as well, we scale down to the 1-hour. As you can see, we've reacted bullish off of this 1-hour fair value gap. We've got a 1-hour low just resting, which is beautiful, which means I've got a 4-hour gap paired with hanging liquidity on the 1-hour chart. This is something where I'd look for a buy opportunity. I'd look for some rejection off of this zone and bullish momentum from there. We scale down to the 1 minute and we play price. On price sinks, right here is where we get our first setter. This is the typical AMD model the ICT teaches. The market moves in 3. So this is our inverse fair value graph. We have this 1-hour fair value gap that hasn't been fully filled. We've swept this previous 1-hour liquidity. We're inside of this cap. As you can see, we're delivering from it once again. So swapped eye liquidity, we're delivering from this 1-hour, and on the 1-minute time frame, we have a inversion. Do we have anything on the 2-minute? No, we only have something on the 1 minute. So we have to see if we get a candle closure above, and I would take a position like this and probably target some highs. So let's see if I get the candle closure anyway. And there we go. We have got our candle closure, and from here, I would definitely go for longs. I'll put my stops right here, just on the end of that wave. And I will target around a 1 to 2, and we'll go for trade. So there we go. We set to break even quite quickly after the second candle. Our break-even point was at this high, so now we are set to break even. Bullish momentum, really liking that displacement, straight to take profit, and there we go, straight to take profit. That's around a 1. That's around a 1 to 2 trade, risking around $500 to make around $1,000. So it is now Tuesday, possibly the best trade of the week. One of the largest RRs you could have called with just this strategy, if you really let price play to where it was going to go. So as usual, we mark out our gaps. We have a 4-hour gap here, which we are currently rejecting. We have this 4-hour intermediate low. We have 2 4-hour gaps. I'll just mark out one of them for now. We have this high up here, and yeah, if we scale down to the hourly, as you can see, this is also a large 1-hour gap. So we also have a 1-hour gap here. And currently, price is just accumulating. We love price accumulating before New York Open because we can catch the beautiful manipulation move and catch the distribution in the end. We're down on the 1 minute, and this is marked open, play price, chop. And we dump. We inverse 1 minute, but we have another 1 minute, so unfortunately, price just goes down again. Okay. So that liquidity, now we've had a 1-minute inversion, and this is where most people failed to take a win because they entered off of this 1-minute inversion. Why was this wrong? On the hourly, it looks great. We've tapped into this hourly. We're rejecting clearly after sweeping this liquidity right here. If we go down to the 15-minute, this is what you call the LFVG strat, the last fair value gap strategy. The last fair value gap strategy is where we cap into the last fair value gap in the leg. We have 150-minute here. We've definitely tapped into that. But if you didn't notice, and which many people just about missed, you got a small 15-minute fair value gap left to tap into. So people would have taken this up, forgetting that there was one last gap to fill before getting our inversion and ultimately getting stopped out right here. Stop that. And this is where the beauty happened. If you scroll down onto the 30-second, play price. As you can see, we've tapped into that 15-minute. we have the smallest 30-second inversion that you had to have massive balls to take. And if you did, this is genuinely one of the best trades I've seen all year so far. You have the story second eye, IFVZ. You have beautiful V-shaped recovery. You have clear rejection of this last 15-minute fair value gap inside of the 1-hour fair value gap. We've swept this sell-side liquidity already. This is the most boldy trade you can take. You can do it nonetheless. You set your stop loss. Some would do it here. Some would do it here. I would usually do it right here. This is quite possibly one of the most ballsiest trade ever, because you can catch this move of up to about a 1 to 21 R. And if I let price play straighter, and that would be straight to B, let price go, let price go. It'd be in this trade for a moment.
But
Eventually smashing TP for a 1 to 21. This trade happened in alts almost around 10 minutes. It took about 10 minutes for this trade to hit TP, possibly one of the best trades of the week. For now, we'll be happy with a 1 to 21 risk reward ratio. So unfortunately, I can't show the trades live in real time, but I can explain to you this was one of the setups today, 13th of February, Friday. This was probably a B setup, nothing too special. This is for the people that I like their 1-to-1s, their quick trades, they're just in and out. This was a simple 5-minute version. We had the sweep of some highs. We had a 5-minute version. It took forever to close below. There wasn't much volume until this 5-minute candle inversed that, and just shorts for a quick 1-to-1 with your stops above 5-minute and a TP about 1-to-1. That would have hit take profit. Not too long. I'm not the best at. However, shortly after that, the best A-star, one of the best setups I've seen all year as well, take place this week. Right, since we're on the 5-minute, it's really good to look at. As you can see, we are clearly rejecting off of something. This beautiful long wick means we are rejecting off of something. And if you also didn't know, at 8:30 today, it was CPI. So our news can-do low was here, which got swept already. So that's obviously one of our confidences already, and it is a strong confidence, a suite of data lows. And if you didn't know, we are currently rejecting this hourly fair value from all the way on 6th of February. So that is our second confluence. A sweep of data lows. We're inside and rejecting a previous hourly gap. We've swept this low as well, and there is a clear rejection candle here. As you can see, if you scale down to the 1-minute, you see the one of the cleanest inversions I've seen in a long time. A 1-minute inversion presenting itself beautifully right here. Now, many have taken this long today. I mean, if you didn't, you've heavily missed out on the strategy. So I, in fact, took a long off of this candle closure. My stops were at this. We're at the bottom of the inverse fair value gap. And I went for the targets all the way here for about a 1 to 4.5, a beautiful RR for a trade. And this hit TP in about 3, 4, 5 minutes. This was a beautiful trade. I got a little scared around here when we had a bit of, edging. We don't really like edging, but eventually it hit TP. We also had a beautiful break-even point. It's quite quick. Break-even was literally here, and I trailed it around here. So this was the last trade of the week, one of the most beautiful trades so far. My biggest lesson this week was waiting for clean setups beats forcing trades every time. As you can see, a setup most people have lost this week, I managed to avoid. I just waiting for that one extra confluence. I have a free Notion template with all the rules I follow to the to this use just in the link in the description. You can check this out. And I also have a free Discord. Where we're talking about trading every single day, hitting take profits. As you can see, members are active every single day, whether they're beginners, professionals, or can take profits as big as this of traders. And make sure you subscribe. And on that note, I will see you in the next video.